Hello, welcome to Deb's Kitchen, Deb's process of remodel kitchen. I'm making my mama's red chili, pork chili tamales, and I'm wearing my mom's apron, hoping it'll give me good luck when I make my tamales. So far I haven't been able to do them exactly like she did. She was a queen of tamale making, but these are the two chilies she used. Chili California, which is this one right here, and here is chili Pasilla. I have a 12-ounce box bag of the California and 8-ounce of the Pasilla. And my mom always, I just would bloom her chilies in here, and you got to watch them very carefully. So I already did these, but you just basically have your ovens preset to 350, and then you just put them on a tray and you put them in there and you bake them, roast them for a few minutes until they're fragrant. And these were 3 minutes, and then I will de-seed mine. I don't usually de-seed mine. A lot of people will de-seed them before they even start, but I just roasted them first. And so you're going to just open them after you get them out and just knock the seeds out, basically, as many as you can. And you're going to do that with all of the peppers. And I already have, I'm trying something new. I haven't used my Instant Pot, but this is a hit and miss, folks. And I don't really have a recipe per se. So basically, this recipe is not giving you ingredients. It's just giving you the method, and you're just gonna have to go for it. It depends how many tamales you want to make. Okay, yes. So I'm using my Instant Pot. I've just got this pot this year, and I can use. It's good. It's a wonder pot, basically. It speeds up any boiling, and basically after you bloom your chilies a few minutes. Not too many, it'll burn. If you're not sure about it, you can skip that method and just boil them if you're new, a novice. My mom would put them in the oven and she would say, keep your eye on them. You just want to barely smell them, so I would open the oven and I smell them cooking, take them right out. And so I put them in here with enough water to cover them halfway, and I'm put it 5 minutes, and then I'm going to slow release it and check them. And I will let you know how that goes because I've never done it before. But other than that, you'll put your chilies in a pot of water and boil them until they get soft. And then you're ready to go to the next step. Some people use chili guajillo or chili New Mexico. These are hotter chilies. This is a hotter chili. But this is traditionally one of the chilies that a lot of people use. My mom always used California and Pasilla together, and it gave it a distinct taste. It's not hot. They're not hot tamales. They're very savory and delicious. But I've tried, because people have said, your mom never made her chili really hot. So I would try in the past years different chilies along with it, and it just didn't give it the same flavor profile. And so I'm going back to Pasilla in California this year in an endeavor to try to make them more like my mom's. Here you see the pot just switched to 5 minutes. When you put your chilies in the Instant Pot, you put water, you put pressure cook, and then you're gonna, where this plus sign is, that's how many minutes. I put it for 5 minutes, and the pressure will build. You have to have this knob over here to the, ooh, watch that. And when it builds enough heat, it's going to start counting. It's building pressure because it started counting at 5. That means it's up to pressure. And it'll count on 4 minutes, 3 minutes, 2 minutes. And then when it's 0, it'll start slow releasing. And until that red little button goes down, you don't want to open it because the steam will burn you. So this is step 1 in our chili making process. If you haven't already, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Okay, now I'm going to be frying the vegetables I use for my sauce. I have some of the pork fat that was left when I rendered the chicharron. But if you don't want to do that, you can take the easy step. You can buy it already prepared. A lot of the Mexican markets sell this pork lard. I got this at Northgate. And especially around tamale season, a lot of people buy it to add to their masa if it's not prepared, or even if it's prepared and you quite don't think it's up to par, you can add your own masa and your own baking soda, leavening. But I already have some, but I'm going to save this for my masa. And in here, my mom used to put an onion, just saute it, and I have 8 cloves of garlic. And I have 2 tomatillos. Don't ask me why she put that in, but all I know is she would put tomatillos in there when she made her sauce. So we're just gonna let this cook a little while till it softens, and we'll be right back. Okay, now we're gonna start preparing the vegetables that we add to our chili. I'm putting the heat up at kind of medium-high because I need to saute these onions. I have 2 tomatillos and 1 medium onion. And we're just going to soften them a little bit. Then I'm going to add the garlic, 8 cloves. Garlic burns fast, so it's best to add it at the end. You don't want burnt garlic. Now I'm using I rendered chicharron, the fat from the pork, and rendered it in the oven, and this is the oil. It gives it more flavor. If you don't have it, you can buy it at your nearest Mexican market, especially around tamale season. They sell pork lard, and it's for either preparing your masa, adding flavor to it if you buy it unprepared, or even if you buy it prepared, sometimes you need to add a little more, and so it can be to your taste. So I'm going to saute these till they're soft, and then I'm going to add the garlic for a few minutes, and we will be back. Okay, our onions are softening up pretty good, and our tomatillos. And like I said, I don't know why she added tomatillos. I never asked her, but she did. Just a couple of them. I think, if I remember correctly, someone told her to, if she tried it. Anyway, I have 8 cloves of garlic. Depends how much garlic you like, but you just saute. You don't want to put the garlic in too soon because it's burning. So now it's just pretty much waiting until I put it all in the blender. When I put the chili, I'm going to blend it all together and add it to my sauce. Now I'm going to toast some sesame seeds. These are whole sesame seeds. I'm going to toast them in a pan. I set it pretty high. You want to you want to bloom the sesame, because once the fragrance comes out, everything tastes better. I don't know how much you use. This is a big bag. She used to use this is 6 ounce. I think she used to use a little 2 ounce or 4 ounce bag. Over the years I've forgotten, and unfortunately my mom didn't have it written down. She made a tape once, but it's lost in the Arroyo archive. But she used to put hers in oil, and then she would mill it in the blender. But to me, that's like too much work to try to blend it down. So what I'm going to do is dry roast it, and I'm going to mill it in my NutriBullet. I have a mill, and I think that'll save me a step. So this is Deb's improved method. I'm using my Instant Pot to do the chili. I'm doing my sesame seeds in the mill, and then I'm going to mill it, and then we're going to add that to our sauce. It gives it a nice nutty profile. And some of these ingredients, I've been watching a lot of videos, and I don't see any of these ingredients in there, and I don't know why my mom added it, but she learned from her mother-in-law, Doña Lupe, and she made delicious tamales. And Sister Cuca Salcedo, a pioneer of our church, was famous for her menudo and tamales, and I know she got tips from both of them. See how they're pale? It's kind of the same concept of toasting rice. And we just want to get them golden. You don't want to burn them. So just as soon as they're golden, stop. Okay, here's our sesame seeds. I put it in here. And this is I use my NutriBullet. It's usually for smoothies, but here's the mill blade. The other ones are like a blade for the blender when you're making smoothies. This is to mill grain, any chia or any other kind of seeds. Make it like powder. So let's see how this goes. See how it's like, ooh, it's working. It's making it like crummy, so it's not going to be seeds. And this is what you want, because you don't want seeds, like little seeds inside your sauce. It smells good too. It kind of smells like nutty. Peanut butter. Okay, let's see what we got. See, it's like kind of pasty. I'm going to probably do it a couple of more times, but that's what we're looking for. Okay, I have my flame on medium-high, and this is all the juice that I've accumulated from cooking, I think about 5 pork roasts. And I put them in the refrigerator, as you can see. I usually cook, when I make a pork roast, I put an onion in and about 5 garlic cloves, salt, and pepper. So here they are, they're cold. I'm making my sauce. I need to strain it because I left all the vegetables in there. If your broth has a cap of fat, like this one, then I just skim it off into the excess jars, and then you're gonna pour it into the pot. And as you can see, I have 5 32-ounce containers, and I have, this is what, 2 quart filled, and this is a 3-gallon, and it's not quite filled, so that's all the juice, and I'm all using it all for my sauce. Okay, I strained it into the pot, and I'm going to let it warm up. Then I'm going to puree my chilies and add it to this mix. I'm going to add these vegetables that I cooked, and all this stuff that you saw me puree all this into the pan, except the fat, all the vegetables. I'm going to blend them in the blender with the ones I fried, and when they're smooth, I'm going to add them to the sauce as well. Okay, I transferred it all here, and I'm going to blend all the vegetables. You want it to be liquefied. And as you can see, it's like a paste. And I'm still going to add a little more juice. I'm going to add this sesame seeds, some of the broth juice, and then blend it up a little bit smoother, and I'll add it to my juice. Hello people, here I am again. I'm boiling my sauce. Hasn't come to a boil yet. Almost getting there. But I did take the chili out of the Instant Pot. So you can see it's steamed. So I'm going to drain these. Basically I'm going to take them under the water and get whatever seeds I can. Just rinse them out lightly. And then I'm going to place them here and blend them all. Not going to get all the seeds because I usually run them through a strainer into the sauce. So it's not going to matter. So these are all the California. And then I'm going to do the Pasilla, steam them. And then we're going to add it to the sauce, the chili. And then I have this round up all the vegetables that I showed you, plus the sesame seeds. And after we have all that incorporated, the chili and the sauce, I'm going to taste it, see if it needs any additional seasoning, salt, pepper, whatever, garlic powder. And then I will make a roux from this fat and flour, thicken it up a little bit, and I'm going to put it in here. And then I will be throwing some chicharrones that I have in the refrigerator. My mom would just throw them in their hole to give it extra flavor, and then she'd dish it out and give them to my brother Steve in burritos. So we will be back with you. I'm doing solo because I got to get this sauce done, and my son's very busy, and so I'm just gonna do it myself, and we'll see how it comes out. Okay, so don't forget, like, subscribe. We need to get those numbers up. So help me out if you like it. Here's a pile of the rinsed off chili. As you can see, if you look back, down back here, it's going to be a far way. All I'm doing is I have the water low. I put the chilies in the colander out of the steam instant pot. They came out nice. Just stick my finger in there, and then I'm just rinsing them off lightly. See? You don't need to get all the seeds. The stems fall right off. It only takes a few minutes. And be very gentle because you don't want the membrane to fall off. That's what you need. So you don't want to be rough on these. Handle them with care. They will remain intact. So you got the picture? I think that's good enough. After I'm through, I will puree them for you. If you want to wear gloves, you can, but I don't use gloves. My mom didn't, but certainly you can. Chili's hot. My hands are already old and careworn, so I'll be right back. Hola, here I am again. The broth is starting to get ready for a boil. So I'm going to start adding this concoction of all the vegetables to it. I'm whisking it. And then I need to already get a colander, a ladle, and ladle some of that. When I was growing up, I did not like making tamales. My mom made a lot of tamales, and she was really well known for her tamales. But to me, it was so painstaking. And I said, why can't you just do it like other people? Just get some packages of chili like I see them, make a roux, throw in the chili packets and broth, bingo, you're done. But no, she had to go through all these steps and I hated it. By the time she got to her kitchen, it was all full of chili everywhere. I blended the broth. I blended both chilies in the blender till they were smooth, and I add them to this pot. And then I added about a cup of manteca, melted flour, probably about a fourth of a cup or half a cup, and I added it to here. But this is the finished product.
How long has it been cooking for?
And it's supposed to get thick. We want it to get thick so when it cools down it'll be thick enough so it won't be running out of your tamales. But we will find out tomorrow. If you haven't already, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my YouTube channel.